Here we go, mate. Episode 168. And Taz, it feels like I'm on a blind date.
It's a perfect blind date, though. 168 on a blind date. It
There we
rhymes.
go.
It's got rhythm. It's ready to go. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Isn't it great not having Marto here?
Is Marto not here?
No.
You were joking.
It feels like, when the cat's away.
Oh, the mice will play. But you know what the classic is?
What's that?
I'm surprised. I would have thought Marto would have taken, work. He would have taken work off or something. He would have moved his schedule because Marto lives and breathes for this, doesn't he?
Well, it's quite interesting, mate, but every time that he's missed a show, out of the last sort of 300 episodes we've had, he's missed a couple, and he's always had the winner the week before. So the perfect week for him to be on, I Am Me, even though he piggybacked it off me, but we won't mention that.
Of course he did. No, we don't.
But, he did tip it at 6 skins and, he ended up paying about 270. But it doesn't matter. Any price a winner.
No, of course. No, look, and there's nothing wrong with that because Marto's formula has been, when he's up and about, he'll gloat, peacock. He does all those wonderful things.
He does.
But he does like to, he goes a bit hiding when he's not. But that's okay because, that's the Marto style and we don't change the man that he is because he is a wonderful man.
Oh.
But I'm sure
unfortunately, we do have 2 videos
upset.
from him. We're going to get through 2 videos, mate.
Are they X-rated?
Oh, golly. I don't know. What
Does
am I
he speak
doing?
English?
Well, Pez is
Does he repeat himself?
How didn't Barbie's Fox go past the hot pot? I keep watching the race, expecting it to run past, and it just didn't.
It loomed.
And it loomed. And then it stuck its neck out at the end to loom again.
I reckon, Pezza, there was probably a point in the straight, like for 1 or 2 strides, where it actually gets its nose in front.
Yeah.
Frustrating. But, geez, I tell you what, how does that happen?
I
don't know.
Marto tipped
then, of course,
an amazing price of $6.50.
Look, Marto did find it, but it's not hard. All he had to do was go through the old episodes, go through your old tips. Because when you can't find your own, that's what you do.
Yeah, well,
but he did pick
he's
it.
Tipped one tonight. He doesn't
matter.
remember that he's tipped it about 3 weeks ago. So he reckons he's getting on and he's getting old, and early signs of let's just say tonitis. Anyway, Taz no good. National choice was about as popular as last week's referendum.
No, it wasn't that bad. It was just it got going late. It was never going to win, but it wasn't that bad. It just was never going to win. And no, it wasn't a Roik, but you can put it up because I can see the pink.
No,
I
didn't put it up.
You sure?
But Marto gets us away at the Iron Man. He's all up and about saying how good that he found that, even though Pez has tipped it 17 times and actually tipped it in a Canberra maiden. But don't worry.
Correct.
Marto, well done. And then, of course, the chalky wheel, mate. Come on, explain how good you are here.
Yeah, look, I only threw 4 out, which I normally do.
Only 4?
Just 4. And the first one, Duvenenko, unfortunately, it just got going a bit too late and it ran a place.
Pathetic.
That's okay. Yeah.
Pathetic.
It was disappointing. It was a disappointing start.
Yeah.
But Picky did it dictate.
At $1.95 a place.
Took it over.
Pathetic.
Yeah, no good that $1.95 a place. I mean, you could have had 1 unit by 2 units and stuff and been a few units in front. But anyway, we get Picky and Picky goes bang. Then all of a sudden the map, I know I've been on it before.
With about 600 to go, and I was worried.
It just kept fighting.
Picky's not going to keep picking, but it kept picking.
It did. And I don't think any of the experts found Picky.
I think Picky was sort of a little bit all over the place down the straight too, because I think Picky was looking for horses to run near it, but he was sort of wandering about a bit, but too good.
It was too good. It was too good at the price as well. So we got the $11 there, which is
11
perfect.
skins.
The map I got on early, I got the 380. there were a few deductions. So to be honest, so we'll count those in. And
Picky
I think SP probably
Picky wasn't a
250.
deduction though.
No deductions with Picky.
Picky,
the map
Picky
had
paid
a few.
11 skins, so Picky was and then the
Picky
map
was too good.
was back. The map was back.
The map was definitely back. 2,500. It just exploded. I mean, I had it tipped, I think, a couple of weeks before, and the sad thing was it was a bit dour.
Yeah.
But I think stepping up from 2,000 to 2,500, that dour all of a sudden made it look a lot better than what it was.
Loved it.
And what about Thirsty Guest?
Oh,
out the back and just swooped around.
The icing on top.
How good was that?
The cherry on top.
That was so.
Thirsty Guest just swept down the middle, and you just go, "Well, there's 3 out of 4 for Tazzy. Well done, mate."
So it was a good day. It was a great day.
We'd just like to thank Bet Galaxy for being behind the Poulty Familiar for the Spring Racing Carnival. Again,
absolutely.
Remember what you could be buying, Taz?
Because you could be buying something that's nice.
Yeah.
Not just air.
Yes. Back in the day, I wouldn't buy a T-shirt because it cost $25, but I'd go down to the local TAB and throw more than 25 on something that someone had told me about, and I didn't have my T-shirt or my 25 at the end of the day. But anyway, remember what we did. But
can I say something? Can I say something with that, Pezza? Because a friend of mine once told me, someone who punts gave me a theory on this once. And it's like, if you've got $50, right?
Right.
But you need 70.
Right.
Right. So hypothetically, I don't know, you've got to buy something, you've got to pay a bill and it's $70, but you only got 50.
Easy. Find something at 6 to 4.
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, even if you don't find something, you were never paying the 70 anyway.
I think this is the opposite of what we're supposed to be doing.
I know.
Bet Galaxy, we're not forcing anyone to do it, but I can tell you what, they do look after you. The captain, I don't want to say too much, but the captain's deposited a couple of times. Very good for Bet Galaxy, but not good for the captain. They've looked after him a few times with some match deposits. So well done, Bet Galaxy. Thank you for supporting a couple of the members in the group. So let's remember, we're trying to beat these bastards. We're trying to fill up. That's what we're doing.
That's right. So they're there to support us, but we're there to take their money.
Look at that mugshot there. Holy shit.
He looks angry.
He does.
Do you think he's disappointed? You know why? Because he's disappointed he's not here. Sorry, Marto.
He hasn't had a shave.
Please don't be angry, Marto.
It's a bit rough and wild there, Marto.
Well, has he even brushed his 2 strands over?
He's quiff. I don't know. He's quiff. All right. Let's see if we can hear him first.
All right, guys. Caulfield Cup tip, short and sweet, without a fight. Drawn barrier 7, absolutely perfect.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Very right for the run back up to 2,400 metres after a little pipe opener over 1,800 in the Underwood Stakes. Comes here after a very, very good Stradbroke Carnival in Brisbane. Won the Lord Mayor's Cup and then went on to win the Q22 by a couple of lengths to absolutely destroy the field. Got real good Irish form before he came out last year. Incidentally, he was first up into the Melbourne Cup last year, which was a little bit arrogant, but he does have listed in Group 3 form in Ireland around the 2,000 to up to 2,600 metres, I think. I think 2,400 is going to be cherry ripe for him. And I'm taking Gold Shirt and Western Blows and anything else you want to throw at me without a fight for the Caulfield Cup.
Good selection. But, Marto, you're not here, but I'm going to ask you the question. Do you know that the stewards are having a look at it? Does that affect the way that you view this tip now, Marto?
I reckon when the stewards look because of lameness, you basically put a line through them. I don't remember a horse.
I agree.
I don't remember a horse being vet checked 2 days out. Win.
I don't think so.
I can't remember a horse like that was vet checked for lameness or whatever.
Yep.
I've never remembered that horse going on, and buggy you stewards. I don't know. Oh, Marto.
Well, it's it and non-conformist. which is a bit of a pity in a way because I would have
Yeah.
loved the old days where they had those emergencies, and I would have loved to have seen First Immortal get into this field when
Well,
this gets scratched.
They're going to check
non-conformist
non-conformist and without a fight again tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because the track's going to be hard.
Yeah,
because
that's
the weather's
right.
been perfect here as well, so it's not as if they're going to get any given a ground, so it's going to help them. So, and it's horse first, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And Pezza is jumped off Gold Trip, which is, but I'm going to still have a crack. Don't worry. But he doesn't owe me any money. The big boy. The way he's been running, like seriously, if he can handle the 58.5, he's going to absolutely brain this lot. But the reason why I'm going the Japanese horse is because they're a level above. I live in Japan. I know how they run. This thing's not a star here. It's not a star. Not a star.
No.
At all. It's a plotter. But I reckon going back to Melbourne, the plotters seem to grow wings. Like Admiral Radke back in 2016 or whatever. That's right. And then it just absolutely came from last and ran past them like they were standing still. So break up, Damian Lane, barrier 5. He's going to get the absolute run of the race. 3 starts to go at 37 skins. He's ran third to the best horse over here. So he hasn't got bad form. But as I said, he's not a star. But you don't have to be a star to go to Melbourne and win a Caulfield Cup.
Well, Damian Lane wouldn't be riding an overseas horse if he hadn't have some sort of insight on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
He's probably one of the informed riders at the moment. I think him and Malcolm have been riding super.
Yeah.
And for Damian Lane to get on breakup, I realise that you're saying that you're not backing it for any specific reason.
No.
Yes, you live in Japan, so it's not an omen bet for you. It's not that Marto's not here and you feel like we've broken up with him as well and you're cheating on him. Yeah. There's no omen involved at all.
I reckon soon it'll be just you.
Again, I'm a one-man party, mate. It's just me by myself.
Yeah.
The only problem when I'm with me, you know what happens? I stopped taking my medication because then I get my dual personalities coming out at the same time.
At the moment. You're on fire too. Anyway,
and I've got Francesco.
Well, Tone's gone. Marto's probably going to be gone now as well. So it's just me and you, Big Old, until you have enough of me, and then I'm out. So, Francesco,
look, I would never ever get rid of you.
Oh, thanks.
But Francesco Guardi, I think personally, has been set for this race. It's had the 3 runs in with a 0.57. If you have a look,
Wall of Form written all over it.
It has got the Wall of Form. I don't think J-Mac also rode this week. I don't think he's been riding this week.
Who won it last year? Wasn't it a Waller horse with no form?
The top. Who won it last year? I don't know who won it. Was it a good horse?
Durston
number 14
last year at 18 skins. There you go.
It was number 14, but it wasn't going to get into the field, and then it did.
Yes.
Look,
so
Francesco Guardi, I think this is a target race.
Same form. No good.
Perfect. No, it was a little bit better. I think it had a place in amongst its most recent starts.
18 skins.
And Francesco Guardi, it won a big race last year as well, so it didn't go down this path the same way. This year, I'm positive they've targeted it. J-Mac on board. I think it gets a good sit. I can talk about it, but at the end of the day, it's a big race. Anything can win it. That's my tip. 15 skins. Box the 3 to trifecta. Take 7 in a first 4 for a small percentage.
The Richmond boys are on Solcombe, of course. There's 6 Tigers in it.
Yeah, but you know what else they've got a little slice of? You didn't. No. I bet you didn't know this one.
Oh,
down the bottom.
Oh,
Valiant King.
Oh wow,
Cochin.
Straight to the bar.
Yeah, Cochin's got a little slice of that.
Wow, Jake Hart, she's never seen the horse, never ridden it, hasn't even gone down and patted it, but she's on it for Jamie O'Brien and in the Caulfield Cup. Isn't that amazing?
It's had some good form overseas as well because it was running in the big races over there. It's
Isn't it amazing that a jock can sit on a horse in a what a $6 million sort of race, and never ever laid eyes on the thing in the flesh until she's legged up on it. Isn't that amazing?
Well, Jamie does a lot of things differently. Did you know that Jamie Carr never walks the track? She has people walk it for her.
Wow.
So she never ever walks the track.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that until last Saturday.
Because Damien, Oliver, Willow, they're all track walkers.
Yeah. Jamie has never walked
Benny
the
Allen
track.
likes to get out on the track. Marky Zara, big belly Benny Allen. Benny Allen they all sort of walk the track now. Wow, Jamie, there you go.
Yeah. Interesting indeed.
Okay, so Gold Trip, my heart, breakup, my head. And Francesco Guardi for Taz, you're all over it sort of last year too, because it looked like it was going to be the Melbourne Cup favourite. Remember it won that race and just brained them by about 13.
That's what I mean. It did, but it didn't go into the big show, so to speak. But I reckon this year, big chance. Oh, what has Marto got to say?
Marto says again. Hang on. Are you ready?
What does he say? Yeah, we're ready for it.
Hey guys, Marto here again this week, recording live from my living room. Spending a little extra hours at work this week, keep the taxman happy. Anyway, on to this week's tip.
Little zinger.
This was your last tip, and my last tip is winner. So looking to go 2 from 2 with this week. I'm going to Randwick race 8, Cotter Heel. I think that's how you pronounce it. Absolute tragedy beating last start. Got the start a little bit, and then as Tommy Sherry brought him through the field, he was stuck behind bums and caught in traffic. And when he did get out, he gave an absolute driving finish and just missed beating Cepheus on the line. I think that form is really going to stand up here. So I'm on Cotter Heel at a nice little price too. I think it'll be much shorter on Saturday. So if you want to jump on early, might be advisable. Good luck, guys. Taz, take it easy on me, please, mate.
Look, because he said that right at the end, I'm going to have to look. I know he's tipped this before.
He has.
I did love his little zinger.
Hey, Taz,
and you know what?
You wouldn't believe this. I've actually tipped this before as well. Oh, Marto, he's piggybacked another one, hasn't he?
Twice. Yeah, but it's not his week to win though. And who's on it? Tommy Sherry.
Tommy.
Second up. I don't know enough about it this time round.
You know what it does, Taz? This horse loves to get back. It's a back marker, and it always finds trouble. You know, and I love those horses. You know that. And
I know. Does it have a heart attack every now and again?
Well, that would be the dream. That's the bucket list horse, isn't it? A horse that misses the kick, screams home for 4th, and has a heart attack. That's my system. Interesting race. Democracy Manifest absolutely brained him in the Grafton, whatever.
That's right.
Morning or whatever. And then last start wasn't bad, but wasn't great. As I said, Cotter Hill's going to need luck. It should get the run of the race, but, you know, it does find traffic, as Marto mentioned before. Faulkner Park, the interesting one there. They haven't tipped it out. I thought they would have. But the better.
No, they just gave it a freshen up.
A little bit of coin, and it goes back to Sydney. We went down to Melbourne for a little bit of a steal. No good. Back to Sydney. Interesting.
I don't know, Pez. I reckon he's looked and found another really difficult race because Waterford, I think it can win this. Detonator Jack, it can win this.
Well, Converge, you've got to get past Converge. You know, Converge is
absolutely.
Tough.
It's St. Lawrence.
I tell you what.
Strung a few.
I tell you what. The bottom weight there, New Republic, absolute tragedy beaten on a Wednesday about 3.5 weeks ago. And it was well in the market. It's racing down the bottom there at 151 skins and 34 the place. Now, this horse was an absolute moral that was beaten. And it looked a little bit above average. I know it's way up in class in a BM88 or whatever it is. But I'm going to have a couple of skins on little New Republic down the bottom just so if it knocks off Cotter Hill, I can go to Marto. Wow, you beat by 151 bucks. You'll be spewing.
It's a tough race. He's found a really hard race again.
Good horse.
Good luck to him.
Very good horse.
Look, we want him to tip winners because that's what we're here for.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he's a little bit up and down, but
hang on.
Yeah, we need him to tip winners.
Hang on, Taz.
Yes.
Let's listen to Marto. What does Marto really think?
It can't win.
Yeah. There you go. And he's had a shave too.
He's had a
so
shave.
He's had a good think. He's had a shave. He's thought about it. He's gotten ready for work, and he said it.
All right. Actually, I like a horse over in race 2 in Adelaide. Another jolly horse is about 270, second starter. And I was going to say I wouldn't mind having a little run and double. Race 2.
What's it called?
It's race 4. Sorry.
What's mine? Mine is race 4, number 2, and that's Silence.
Yeah, sorry, I thought mine was race 3, but it's actually race 2. The jolly horse.
That's all right. We can still find it. Look, this is it's simple. It's a dropping class. It's a step up in distance, and it's a 1.5 kilo claim. It basically is 3 ticks. It's a race where there's quite a few leaders in it. So the way that this maps for me is that this will probably get a nice position just behind the pace. And if there's a track bias or there's not, I don't think it's going to be affected, because if it becomes a sit and sprint, it's going to be close enough to then get out and go over the top. Right. And at the same time, if they, shoot off and make it, like a hell for leather out the front, again, it's just going to be just off the pace where it gets out over the top.
I think the big key is the dropping class. The big dropping class is
it's a massive dropping class,
yeah.
But it's like, you look at its form, you look at the numbers, you might not think it's great, but you look at the class of horses that it's been running against.
That's right.
It's fit. It's all ready to go. 3:30. Get on.
Stable was starting to fire up a bit too.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know if they got the horses, the cattle they had like a year or two ago.
No.
But they do have horses that are getting up at odds. So it always leads me to think that they've got a couple of good ones around, if the ones that the odds are winning. So anyway, why not?
$3.30. It's not necessarily a big. It's not a big price for me. Look, I'll probably the will probably spin it out as well.
There's a lot of ghosts.
You look at this.
There's a lot of ghosts.
Well, the ones
Barnson, Amar, Moore. How many times have I backed that for Stacey, for Christy Evans?
But you see, Amara Moore is going to want to go forward, right?
Yes.
Itchy Barnson likes to go forward.
Yep.
What's the name, George? It sort of likes to go forward. Jaywick, it won at 150 to 1 last start. Surely it's not going to keep that form going. So that's where I think. I think
it's been a spin, hasn't it, on the chockey?
No, I haven't had done. No, not of recent. No, not of recent. Canford once upon a time was, but no, I think I found the winner. I'm pretty sure I found one.
Another one.
Okay, remember, here comes the quaddie. The Phantom's nearly 3 strikes are out with the Phantom. The Phantom.
He's been stiff though, hasn't he?
He's been stiff. And he's having a crack.
Been stiff.
He's having a crack. I think his most expensive quaddie so far has been 14 skins. So he's having a crack. And he's having a go at Caulfield this week. He's going where everybody is. He's not doing the Marto Sydney train. He's had enough of that. Now he's going to the quaddie. Now the first leg, he's just going, I don't care what anyone thinks. Say Magic for Pezza. Absolutely. I've been a little bit disappointed with this horse, Taz.
Look, it has, and it's costly. Yeah. But you've got to put it in. I think the Phantom's gone with Skew if that comes over with group form from New Zealand.
Well, the one that Group 1 last start. One at Group 1 last start. It looks sort of hoof on the till. Absolutely been backed in today now. So that thing I got off
Bossum.
It's actually changed. So Skew if now's favourite, and Say Magic's drifted out a little bit. So don't worry about that. But Madame Pomeroy, I told you, if I had a couple of bucks last time, I'd be on it. But again, it's got that.
It was scratched though.
Yes,
it was scratched last start though.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Yeah, so
it's got the Waller form, of absolutely nothing, and then 4th up, bang. So, anyway,
can I give the Phantom a bit of venom?
Please, quick.
Call die.
Oh,
it was a really improved run last start. It's got a lot of upside, so it's just got to put it all together. But anyway, good luck, Phantom.
The Phantom's gone pretty short in the next 2. 8, 10, 11. Altivo, good horse. Nunthorpe, Taz, you know all about that.
Nunthorpe, I do, but I don't know. I know he's thrown it in, but I don't think that they're going to let them just dictate from the front. So I think that the Phantom may have got this one wrong with Nunthorpe, but I definitely think he's got it right with Climbing Star, because this is a horse
just
with Climbing Star.
Just one thing about Nunthorpe. Why would Jamie Carr not be on Nunthorpe?
Well, because she's on the fortune teller. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because why is Blake Shin replacing Jay Carr when she gave it an absolute dream? So I don't know.
I wonder whether it's because maybe they're going to write it a little bit different.
I don't know.
That's the only thing I can suggest. I mean, you're not a fan of Jamie Carr anyway, so
not at the moment.
All over it.
Not at the moment. I used to be all over. I was straight to the bar, Jay Carr, on the beers with Darren Weir. That's how I thought she was that good. But now I just hate the way she rides. I backed her the other day, Muramasa. She rode it and got through at the end. But
absolutely,
for me, she's riding without vigour. If she's on a back marker, she doesn't really seem to lead into it like she used to. She used to be like Holly Doyle, like just absolutely smash the thing.
Who's coming over for the Melbourne Cup?
Rides him, gets him in front, 400 to go, and hopefully she, under her hands, she can get him there. But
I don't know. Maybe I look at this race and I think Buffalo River's going to probably want to get out in front as well.
Yeah,
with Climbing Star, be interesting.
Really stiff last start. Never a chance.
Really stiff, but this is the sort of horse that I heard a jockey say this about a winner today, that it wins its races or loses its races between the moment that it goes from the mounting yard to the gate. And I reckon Climbing Star is one of those horses. If it gets its head right and then it can just put everything together in the race, this horse has got heaps of ability.
Heaps of ability. It's got to start showing.
But it runs in patches as well. It's off and on in the race
4 or 5 times. So I love it, and it's going to have my money at 8 skins. Ugawa was a Pezza's push, very consistent. Just always looms up, comes from the screaming from behind, and just never gets there. But
it's the gunner.
Yeah, but Harry Coffey's riding well. The big one, the Phantom's gone 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. He's followed Tazzy in with Francesco Guardi. He's thrown the Tiger Boys at Soulcombe, and he's got the top 3. Very interesting. Without a Fight comes out, what price then Gold Trip? Gold Trip will come in. Everything will come in. So it's very interesting to see. Whispering Blows.
That was a good run. It'll be improved by that. It will definitely be improved on that run. I can assure you of that. And I'm really surprised that the Phantom, he obviously doesn't rate Marto, because I think Marto was all up and about Right You Are, and I think I was listening to a Mar. I think it was Mar or Eustace. I don't know which one's which, but the Aussie one who was saying that
Dave's got the big eyebrows, big beautiful eyebrows.
He's from
England,
the Thunderbirds Go.
Yes,
the Thunderbirds.
Massive eyebrows.
Well,
huge.
Well, he was saying that this was its race all along. So, Marto, the Phantom doesn't rate you. I hope Right You Are goes all right, and I hope you have a couple of bucks on it. But, geez, it's a good field.
Hang on, mate. It's just telling me time's nearly up as usual.
And then, of course, our time already.
The Wanker, the Phantom's gone 5, 6, and 11. Vivian's absolutely flying. Before this prep, you wouldn't think that Vivian's never going to win a race. It's a little bit like Umgawa. But has she fucking grown into something? She's unbelievable, unstoppable. Hypothetical, yes. And we've got to throw in the 11, Ganati, which brings in a little bit of different form from a different race, because Vivian's sort of been beaten all of these before.
Great race. Hypothetical never runs a bad race. The top weight H2O, it's a dual nominator, so it's nominated over in South Australia as well.
Yep.
Look, it ran a really good race last spring down and won down the straight at Flemington. So I don't know. Interesting to see where it goes. But yeah, Vivian 5 in a row, looking for 6. Can't go wrong.
I found it hard to find a bet this week. I found it hard, and that's very unusual for me, because I usually can find a bet in Warwick or Gatton, or of course Warwick Nabil, trots. But anyway,
I like what you found.
And it's not a Kiwi Swede horse in the last. There is a Kiwi Swede horse in the race. Extremely lucky race 10, number 5, and it's got the Waller form line for me. Pig, fourth up. Let's go. Brett Preble's on. He's probably going to bookend it. He's probably going to win the first race and he's going to win the last. So he's going to bookend this week, Brady Prep. Tough race. And so it should be because it's a very highly classed race. There's a lot of ghosts in there for Tone, Love Tap, Titanium Power, etc., etc. Pizarro sounds like Pezza. Handle the Truth I've backed before. And, of course, Pioneer River with Tyler Schiller on. It's a very, very consistently good horse. But the thing that's got me in here is it's open at $8.50 and it's into $8. Now, this horse should be, I reckon it should be nearly double the price because it trialled extremely well, Tazzy, before it.
Yeah, it did.
Started.
Yeah, it did.
But at 2 trials, it come second in one, come third, under dog holds, not even moving on it. So first up, it was really backed in. And then next start, it was backed. And then now it opens again at 8 skins. So I just think something's amiss.
I think you're right because I remember, and I've said this before, this horse ran in a lightning in South Australia. This horse, when it first hit the scene, was something unheard of. Look, I reckon you found one here because fourth up for a new trainer in a new state. Trial form doesn't always translate immediately. I like the jockey change as well.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Preble's just hopped on.
I think Karen McAvoy wrote it for a
you
couple.
Found one. And Pezza, I had a good look at it myself beforehand because it was a hard day to find one. I stayed out of the race only because I guess I was a bit scared of the price. But I like it. I like it a lot.
Perfect. So we're about 160 skins if we line up the three of us, which is nothing to sneeze at.
Is it really the three of us or is it really the two of us? Is it really just the two of us because you've got 2 tips?
Yeah. It's a knockout.
Sorry, Marto.
Thank you. Thanks, Marto. It's a knockout, Taz. Now, please explain about It's a Knockout, mate. How good are your horses going the second up?
My horses have been going fantastic. Yeah, except for O'Polly, and that unfortunately ran third and it paid $9 to place. But Lord Lockroy, it won yesterday, and geez, did it win in a canter? It stepped up to 1,800. Pierre Pressure the following day, $1.40. And O'Polly.
So the system is don't back Taz's this week, black book
back them next week,
and then get on the next start, load up, because I think you're going at around 80%. It's been amazing. Yeah. Molly Nails.
Every roughie.
Who cares?
What did you take? Which one?
Molly Nails.
Molly Nails.
Race 5, number 8. He reckons it'll hit the front. He reckons it'll hit the front somewhere, but it might be tiptoeing at the end.
Geez, I don't know much about it, but I reckon Molly might get nailed.
Keep an open mind.
Do you like this? Do you like the fact that it's got 3 donuts next to it?
I do like it
that
because
means
I know where it's been racing.
Because it was previously with one Freedman, now gone to the senior Freedman. I wrote this down. In 2022, this raced in the Moonga Stakes behind Aegon. It ran in a Testarossa behind I Wish I Win. It was placed in a handicap behind I Wish I Win. It ran 5th in the Regal Roller behind Uncommon James. This horse just didn't come up last preparation.
No,
it's a 7-year-old. I think it's had. It has. It's a 7-year-old. It's had 27, I think, starts. It's won 9. I reckon it's had a trial. It won a trial, I think, at Bow Desert.
Yep.
I've got a gut feeling that this horse bounces back, finds its form, and could surprise. If not, get on it next start.
It's funny, the ex-Vic horses, when they get the Queensland, it's a little bit like the Mexicans themselves when they get the Queensland, they sort of grow another leg. They like it, a bit of warm weather. I'm a big swinger. I'm down from Victoria, got the old, got the chest wobble a bit, a bit of peacock, a bit of Marto about it,
Get on the beers as well.
Get on the beers and take
get up north,
look at me, how good am I? I think open-minded might be like that. He might be thinking he's the big fish in the school.
It's not the biggest price that I've found, but I tell you, it's a big chance.
I'm going for one with a little bit of hope. Now, Basilina, she's aimed for the Oaks.
Ooh.
So there's a hot pot in it, a Waterhouse pot, I think, trained at $1.90, tropical something or thread or whatever, heat or whatever.
Yeah, the top. Is that the top?
The top
yeah,
weight,
number 2 or number 1, I think, isn't it? Yeah.
But you just never know with these young little fillies, because some of them can't run past a mile, and all of a sudden they're trying to run 2,000 metres, trying to get up into that Oaks 2,400 sort of range. Basilina looks like she's ready to run. The only problem I can find is Damien Oliver's on it. Now,
I was going to say.
I know Damien's, I think he's got his last race in December, in the middle of December over in Ascot, which is great for Ascot, WA Racing, to farewell one of their favourite sons, probably the greatest of all time. But at the moment, he seems to be riding like me, like absolutely shithouse. So I've been on a horse 4 times, Taz, and fallen off every time.
Oh, each time on a horse 4 times, fallen off every time.
Yep,
Never broken a limb.
Never broken up, but 100% on a horse.
Moral of the story: don't ride horses.
No,
look, Damien Oliver, though, do you reckon he could do a sneaky? Do you reckon he'd do a Frankie Dettori?
He might be doing a Frankie. He might be going to America.
Hey?
What do you think?
Do you reckon? And just
there's not enough surf. There's not enough surf over there. There's not enough surf there for the great man. But anyway, this horse is pretty good. It's progressive. It needs the 2,000. It's been racing in like pretty weak class. It was up against them all last start, and actually looked a bit down, as you said, a bit plain. So I don't know, with 23 skins, I reckon it might be all right coming home, because it's going to get the distance. No problem at all.
They'll realise soon after this race whether they keep going towards the Oaks, won't they?
Well, she's nominated, yeah, so that's the dream, isn't it? That's where they want to go.
Yes.
So they get her into this, the 2,000, then they can skip all the Geelong, the Mini Valley. So then she's straight into the Oaks after this race. So I don't know, smells a little bit funny. And of course, Damien, fingers crossed he can be screaming at the end. And
he's got to turn his form around, surely, because he's such an esteemed career. You don't want to go out on donuts, do you? Really?
No.
So
anyway, mate, we've got less than a minute. There is another competition this week. Very exciting. So
awesome.
More information about that tomorrow afternoon will drop. Remember, put your selection into the bet thread to be eligible to win. That's all you got to do. Don't put it anywhere else. There will be a bet thread tomorrow for that competition, and very exciting. A little bit different than last week's trifecta.
A little bit different.
Yes.
We hopefully will get our winners to come and claim their prizes as well.
Yeah,
so if you enter the competition,
Bexy, Tony, and Shane, check your messenger, please. Golly, you're making
absolutely
more hair fall out. Yeah, so please check your messenger. We don't want to be that group that don't give away the bets that we promised. So please check your message.
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go, mate. We're back. So we just mentioned before about the competition. We're going to have a new comp this week. It's going to be a little bit different, and but we'll give you a bit of a heads up about it. But why not? We can mention it now if you want, Taz. Taz, this week's competition. Week 1 was like pick the winner. The first one with the winner, Nicky Agostini. Good on you, mate. Well done, and he got a bit of money on Think About It as well from his tip, his free bet. So well done, Nicky. And then last week we did a trifecta in the Everest, and 3 lucky punters did. But unfortunately, having a few issues trying to get in contact with these guys. So please check your messenger. Bexy, Shaney Williams, and Tony Lewis.
They probably won that much. Do you know what I mean? Like some people, when you just win so much, or like when you when you don't worry about getting paid, and then you realise you've got so much money.
I was trying to be the good bloke here. I asked them, do you want to split it, or do we spin the wheel? I should have just spun the wheel. So I think this week, if there are multiple winners, there's no more splits. There's no more trying to be the nice guy. I think there's going to be one winner. I think it's just easier to deal with one person instead of trying to manipulate 3 into a conversation. It's pretty tough. So anyway, Taz,
will you
exciting.
Spin the wheel at the end of the night? spin it at the end of the night, or will you do it?
Yeah,
Sunday morning?
I'll probably do it on the Saturday. I think the Saturday night I'll spin the wheel, if not Sunday,
Right.
or even Monday I might go live because I'm going away to watch my son play baseball again. So my king. So not sure, but anyway, we'll definitely. There's going to be one winner.
All right.
And
Yeah,
Tazzy,
fair enough.
how many races are there in
Talk to me.
Caulfield?
10.
10. There are 10 races
10.
in Caulfield. So the winner, the competition this week will be, all you have to do is pick the winner of a race at Caulfield.
Correct.
Right?
Don't pick
One
a $2.50
selection
winner, though.
from any race at Caulfield this weekend. Now, the person that wins, there might only be one person that picks a winner this week. It's pretty tough.
Right. That's right. Yes.
But the person that picks a winner, so for example, if there's 3 people pick the winner in race 1, there's 7 people pick the winner in race, whatever there is, the biggest winner will win.
Yep. So basically, to put it in simplistic terms,
yes,
it is the biggest priced winner on the Caulfield card is the winner of this prize.
And the thing is, Taz, if nobody wins, we'll then go to the second horse that paid the most for a place.
Sadly, Pezza, if nobody amongst Pulty can put up one winner, okay.
But you only get one chance, Tazzy. You only get one chance.
Yes, no, I know that, but
you can't put a tip in for every race. It's who you think's going to win a race, and hopefully you're the biggest winner of the day. You win the 100 skins to throw at the Cox Plate next week.
This, you know who this one's lined up for perfectly, I reckon.
Who?
Like if we were betting on who would win it, I reckon this is a sort of punt that I reckon Lukey Mullins could win.
Oh, Lukey Mullen!
I reckon
a bit of a shout out to Lukey. He got into a bit of trouble with a bloke from Sydney a couple of nights ago. So if your mates have Lukey Mullen on his Facebook, take a look. Poor bugger, looks like he's been through it. So Lukey said, as he said, don't talk to anyone from Sydney. That's what he said. But anyway, 100 skins to throw at the Cox Plate weekend next weekend. So pick a winner, race 1 to race 10. Hopefully it wins. And, of course, it's going to be the biggest winner. If there are 3 or 4 winners, bad luck. We're going to spin the wheel and get one winner because I tried to do – I tried to be, do you want to split it up, mate? What do you want to do? You can have a $33 bet each, do you? And then I'm still waiting for people to get back to me even today, and it's Thursday. So a little bit worried about what's going on there.
There's a moral here, Pezza.
There is a moral.
You've got children. You've raised children, and you know children need structure.
Yes.
And what I think we've learnt in this last week, and no disrespect to the last 3 winners, but just right across the board, is that the Pulty Palmy are like our children too. And they also need a little bit of structure.
They need structure. Talking about structure, I was thinking about the Caulfield Cup, and I was trying to think about my favourite winner. And, of course, there's only one for me, Tazzy. That's 1997. The great might and power. The pumper.
I've got a better one.
Have you? No. Jimmy Cassidy was
have.
actually off the horse in autumn. He got sacked off the horse. And then he was put back on. And he was told, I think Jimmy Houlihan said, don't lead. What's the pumper?
He leads. But you know what? That you're talking through your hip pocket, though, or you talking about it as the way that it won the race?
I just love the way it raced, like just bust a gut, get everyone off the bit. And if you're good enough to run me down, you're good enough to run me down. But if not, Might and Power was still going to be going the same pace it was at the start, it was at the end. It was just mental, wasn't it? Absolutely.
Because I'll talk through it.
And then I won the Melbourne Cup 2 weeks later.
Yes. It's
crazy.
But I'll tell you a story with my favourite Caulfield Cup winner.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm talking through my hip pocket.
Ooh.
Fra.
Wasn't it from America or something? Wasn't it American brand?
Fra was ridden by Hutchie. B. Hutchinson.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the story. So basically, many years ago, I used to date a girl. Anyway, things didn't go too great with us. But her father and I had a wonderful relationship. So we used to meet under the tree and stuff at Caulfield races. May rest in peace now. But his brother used to live in Adelaide, and he was a bit of a professional punter. So he used to know all of them. He was actually at Stephen King's wedding as well. Anyway, Friday night, I'm over at this Georgie's house, and the brother's there, and he picks up the phone and he rings up P. Hutchie, and Hutchie says to him,
Yeah.
"Oh, I've got because of a high-pitched voice, I could just imagine." He goes, "Yeah, back me. I've got a real good ride tomorrow." It was one of the Hayes horses. He goes, "Back me tomorrow. Don't worry about the price." It did win, but this day gets better for me because he also rang Stephen King up that day, and Stephen King was riding Torlord. I still remember the name of the horse.
Yeah.
And Torlord won, and I tell you what, it was the best double I'd ever gotten. I told everyone to back Fra as well, and everyone used to, they just thought you're full of shit, mate. But I tell you what, talking about peacocking, when you tip a 25-1 winner of a major race like that, you are king.
Yeah, because it was a beautiful looking beast, old Fra. It was absolutely gorgeous. Looked like a Dubai horse. It was that manicured. It was beautiful, the big thing. And it had one white sock, I think I had one white, and I always back a horse with one white sock. But anyway.
Well, that's a miss, isn't it, though?
Oh, well, my grandfather sort of thing, the only thing he gave me was like, if it's raining and you were at the birdcage, look with the horse with the biggest feet.
Someone else told us that as well. What we got told is, when they walk, so when you watch their gait, when you look at their footprint, so to speak, do their back feet go over the top of their front feet, their imprint. And if they do, it means they've got a really long stride. So the longer the stride, the better the chances that it goes better. But there were also those horses they used to call grass cutters, where their stride, they didn't really lift; they just used to just move.
Flick.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. The Japanese horses have been missing for a couple of years because of Corona and COVID. It's interesting that the last, I think, 2 runners in the Caulfield Cup have won, and Damien Lane's been in the saddle.
Was iPopper one of them? Was it iPopper?
No, they were into the Cup. They didn't run the Caulfield Cup. So
did iPopper just run the Melbourne Cup?
Yes. Delta Blues
was it Japanese?
Quinella.
Was it Japanese? iPopper? It was, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. They ran the Quinella. I was on the blue horse and absolutely smacked. I got the Quinella, of course, and I got the trifecta, but geez, I had a lot on that bloody Delta Blues or whatever it was called. Jesus Christ. So Murder Glar in 2019 won at 8 skins, and then of course Admire Radke won at 11 skins for Zachy Purton, come over and rode it. So pretty cool. Breakup.
Have you been?
Just bumping myself up again. Go.
Have you been to many Caulfield Cups?
No, I've been to one, and I saw Ethereal when I came back for a school reunion back in 2001. Saw Ethereal win the Caulfield Cup, went to the Cox Plate on Northerly, and I was on Rain Gauge and a double, the old doubles bookmaker. I'd have buck on it at 2,500 skins. I would have been able to buy a house back in 2001. And then Ethereal in the wet just absolutely brained him in the Melbourne Cup, won by 6. So
it was trained by a lady as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sheila Laxon.
Yeah, that's right.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing how back in the day the Caulfield Melbourne Cup double was sort of won by the same horse a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah, they never used to get crucified with the weights. Now I think they weight catches up with them a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, now
it's very rare. Now it's basically unheard of, and a lot of horses don't. No, but they don't go into the Melbourne Cup.
No, but now what they tend to do is they pick one and then they pick the other the following year, maybe.
That's right.
If the horse is good. I remember going to one where it was bucketing with rain, and I backed the South Australian horse, Mr. Lamondi. And I think it won a couple of Adelaide Cups as well. I used to love Caulfield because it was around the corner from us.
Yeah.
So, Cole Diesel, do you remember the Queenslander that came down with all the hype in the world? It was winning everything, Cole Diesel. And I think it ran the Caulfield Cup and it came in down the bottom. I think it was number 17. It was the Spruik horse and it went like a busted ass.
Yeah.
But
bit of Vic Rail. Remember him? Vic Rail, he was that.
May he rest in peace as well.
Yeah.
It was a good day.
Talking about resting in peace, a few footballers, Taz, professional footballers, have sort of come under the scrutiny of illicit substances. Now, you just drafted one into your club that's sort of up and about at the minute, and you're bringing in the older brother to young Ollie. What do you think about the trade period, mate? I think it goes too long, to tell you the truth. I know there's, you know, spring racing sort of comes on. The cricket's sort of there at the moment. They've got the Rugby World Cup. The AFL have got to do something. But I think 2 weeks is just an absolute joke. Like, why couldn't they get it done within 3 days? You know, put a bit of pressure.
Look, I agree with you. I think the reason that there's a bloke by the name of Dodoro. I think he makes the trade about himself.
Yes.
More than anything else.
That's true.
He's proven to be one of the most difficult characters to deal with.
Yes.
That's why people struggle with Essendon. I agree with you. I think that they can do it a lot quicker. I reckon we could organise it for them. It'd be that easy.
And isn't it funny now you can do the draft pick? You can now trade your draft picks up until November.
Before the night.
And then you can then trade again on the, like, I don't know. Is it just trying to stay relevant or something?
I don't have a problem with that. But I think if they're going to go that far, I think that then you should be able to pick a player and trade him like the Americans do. If we're going to go that far and allow all this stuff, then they should. Because, like, right now, for example, you know yourself, you want Harley Reid. You're not going to get him, right?
No.
But there's nothing to say that West Coast can't get him and then on trade him to you.
Yeah, right. Well, that's
what I mean. And I think, and I reckon they should do that. I'm open to that.
Yeah, and the NFL at the moment, you can still draft in season. So there's a wide receiver that's just left. It's just left because you need a wide receiver. You got injuries, and there's a bloke not playing for another team. You can just go, hey, can you trade? Yeah, no worries, mate. You know, like I think it's got to be a little bit. I don't mind the Americanization of it, to tell the truth, and I think it's got to happen. But I don't know. The boys will be boys, I suppose. Tazzy.
Elijah Hollins contacted the Carlton Football Club when he got done. The Blue Boys obviously knew about it.
Yes.
Look, he's 21. You know, it's up in the courts. Who knows? I mean, yes, he's been caught with something, but potentially you would like to think that he's only been caught with something that he was going to use himself, that he wasn't caught with enough.
They said he was caught with illicit substance, and what that illicit substance is, I think, has a lot to do, or how much he had, or, you know, was he holding it for a mate? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, there's a big story over in Japan at the moment, mate. Just picture this: 34-year-old guy. He's just been done for sleeping with a minor. Okay. Now, they're not releasing the person's age, but a minor in Japan is anyone aged between 14 and 19.
So if she's 19,
if she's not, I think
really
that's a massive difference to if she's 14.
Yeah, of course it is. Yes, 100%.
So I think a little bit like Elijah Hollins, if you're a 34-year-old bloke and you had sex with a girl who's 19, I think she's old enough to know what she's sort of doing or what she's in for, or you know, it's sort of
you would think so.
Even if he did offer to give her a bit of coin, he gave her a bit of coin. But if you're 19, your mum and dad sort of find out, and then they call the police, and I reckon you're a bit stiff. But if she's 14, that's a massive, or 15 or 16 or whatever, that's a big,
100%.
bigger issue.
Yeah, 100%.
With Elijah, what did he have? You know, was he?
Look, chances are he has what they all have, and that's the cocaine. I mean, we're speculating here, just like the Melbourne lad after round 23, and there's a thing with him now that I was listening to an interview, and basically he got done after round 23. The rules have all changed, so in essence, his fine or his penalty is like 4 weeks. But it's a maximum of 4 weeks. It's not as if they're going to rub him out for 2 years, because what he has to prove is when he took it and how he took it. Because if he proves that he took it, for example, on the Friday night and not the actual Saturday morning of the game, it's a different penalty. What's he doing?
And Shawnee Smith,
what's he doing? Round 23,
ex-Melbourne great. He came out during the final series and absolutely went berserk on social media, calling the guy who knocked out Brayshaw an absolute flog, and he's a thief and he's a muppet, and You know, I know your dad, you're pretty protective of your own kids, and then his kid comes out, you know, now you know, hey, mate, imagine playing footy on coke. How much could you run? You could run through brick walls, you know, like it's a massive. Yeah, anyway, I just think trade period too long. Pretty happy with Zachy Fisher from you blokes, and pretty happy with the kid from Sydney. Who knows? We need a winger. We need a bit of class.
And a Richmond boy.
Yeah, we got Biggie.
Sudanese boy.
Yeah, we got Biggie. And we got Pinky from Glenelg, who looks like he's ready to play down back. So pretty happy with North. Carlton, bit quiet, of course, but Paddy Dow out the door.
Paddy Dow gone, and we've pretty much traded for a future draft pick so that we can get the Camporelli boys in.
Yep.
Zach Fisher.
Geez, the Camporelli boys
we've got a 20. Yeah, they do, and they will be. But again, it's. I think what we're doing now is we've got players ready to go. I mean, in our list, we don't have anyone that's over 30. We're probably not going to have anyone over 30 for a couple of years.
Yep.
So we just need to, I guess, get it right with the guys that we've got, and then get some youngins in.
That's what Flea McRae said. Craig McRae, be better. That's all we've got to be doing.
What about Ginnivan? Ginnivan? That
Isn't it amazing?
One, you know, never going.
I think he's a flog, but I sort of like him because he's a flog. And
yes, and you need flogs. You need characters. You do
need, like, you know, look at the wrestling. You know, you need a heel and you need the hero.
Yep.
And he plays the heel pretty well. And you wouldn't believe it though, but his heart and soul is Hawthorn. And I don't knock a kid who gets to play his dream of playing for the club that you barrack for. And this kid, you know, there's a lot of photos on social media where he's like with Clarko, he's with Sammy Mitchell, he's hero. He you know, I don't knock a kid for trying to get to the club that he barracked for. Good on him.
Well, the number that he used to have on his back as a kid was number 33.
Yeah, right.
And the young lad that just left, Brockman, I think his name was.
Tyler Brockman,
was number 33.
Well, there you go.
33 becomes available.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Again, I saw a little clip where
who used to wear that? Dylan. Richard Loveridge, wasn't it? Yeah.
No, Cyril Rioli.
Cyril, 33, right.
The interesting thing is there was
Loveridge was 22.
A clip. There was a clip where Ginnivan was being interviewed post game with Nick Dacos as well.
Right.
And I think it was, I don't know if it was Dylan or who it was, McLaughlin. I don't know who it was interviewed. But he goes, any chance of you going to Hawthorn? He goes, nah. No, he goes, what did you think when you were a kid? He goes, oh, when I was a kid, all I ever wanted to do was to play for Hawthorn.
That's right.
And you see Dacos's face was like, oh, you can't say that.
Yeah.
Because Dacos was a Carlton supporter, mind you.
Right.
And then he goes, and McLaughlin goes, oh, any chance of that happening? He goes, nah. And then bang, here we are.
Yeah.
What is it, 4 weeks later? Yeah. He's flexing like that with the Hawthorn.
What's he saying? Light work. That's what he says, light work.
But he was having a go at Kane, wasn't he, for that?
Yeah, he was having a go at Kane for that, but anyway. All right, mate, good to see you. Remember, there's a competition coming on. Jump in, cost you nothing. Hopefully you get a free swing the next week from the boys at Poldy. And, of course, we thank Bet Galaxy for getting behind us this spring as well. Remember what you could be buying. Gamble responsibly. And always remember what Pez does, the moron method. The more you put on, the better. No, that's not what we should be saying. No,
we don't, because it's odds on moron or odds on look on. Bottom line, moron is not just more as in more on, it's also being a moron, because that's when you lose. So good luck to everyone.
Yeah.
Subscribe to us. Subscribe
to Polty, or remember Pezza gave you the trifecta in 3 last year that paid 17 grand. But anyway, for the Melbourne Cup, that is. I always remember Marto, you know. Marto gave me a call once at Tazzy, and Marto said, hey, Pez, system's working well. Send more money.
That's a perfect one.
All right,
perfect.
Do we miss
him? Was he even here? Did he say anything? No, I don't know. Marto, hang on. I can tell you what Marto's doing right now. You ready?
He'll be spewing.
No, you ready?
Yeah.
No more bets.
No all bets. That's right.
No
All
more
right,
bets. He'll be doing that, won't he?
Yeah.
23 red, 8 black. Excuse me, sir. Can you please push your hands back there and watch the way you put your chips down? He'd be doing that, wouldn't he?
All right. Love your work.
All right.
Good luck, Caulfield Cup. Jump in the competition.
Thank you.
Everybody can win.
Absolutely,
Races 1
except
to
for us.
10,
We don't do it.
Your best winner.
You don't enter. You don't enter, do you, Pezza? Normally,
No, I don't
sort
enter.
of try not to
Admin,
enter.
I'm out.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't enter as well, as much as I would love to, because I would have won all the competitions so far because I just win everything.
I think Gold Trip might have been a chance to be first because I was the one who posted it, and I'm pretty sure I could have slopped in bulk Gold Trip pretty quick there. But without romantic or
what about?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Right. You got Griff. Take it easy.
Yes.
Hey, let's. What a horse step. Griff with V8.
I'm pretty glad
that.
I'm pretty glad that Tony McAvoy and Damien Lane had a look at the replay and go, "Oh, we wouldn't have won." Thank God for that. I didn't want to go through that.
Respect.
Yeah,
awesome. Respect.
Absolutely.
That's respect. They don't waste people's time. A bit like us. We don't waste people's time.
All right. Hooroo.
Take care, mate. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.